Hi, I'm A.C.Strange and this is the Bad Movie Show, episode 33, The Clown Movie Show. It feels like forever since I've done a horror movie review. So what better way to kick it off but to a frickin' clown movie? Creepy, scary clown movies. Yeah! I happen to really like clowns. Our aunt is a clown and she hates scary clown movies. She thinks it makes people scared of clowns. But really, writers write what they know. Horror writers write what scares them. So people are scared of clowns, hence there are clown movies. I happen to love them. So, let's get started, shall we? Oh, by the way, my 10-year-old daughter Faith did my makeup tonight. So I wanted to give her a shout out. She did a very good job and I'm very proud of her. So let's get back to the clowns, shall we? First off, Sloppy the Psychotic, unrated, 2012, Chemical Burn. Written by Mike O'Mahony and Eric Feist, directed and starring Mike O'Mahony. So Mike is a very nice guy who works as a clown for children's parties, and he's called Sloppy the Clown. And after a misunderstanding, he shows up at this, house for a party, and the little girl's drawing a picture of him with his penis out. He gets fired, okay? And he just unravels. He drinks a lot. And when he wakes up with a dead girl in his bed, it's pretty much downhill from there. He gets really drunk. He kills a few people. And then after being called for a last-minute birthday party, he gets humiliated in front of a whole bunch of people. And that's all that Sloppy can take. He goes on a rampage. Boy, he kills everybody. And then takes them back to his house and cooks them. And then brings them, or the meal, to a children's party and feeds it to them. This movie, seriously, gets a big fat warning. This movie is so messed up, okay? This is a low-budget horror movie at its best and at its sickest, okay? I was not ready for it. It says it all over the box, but I was not ready for it because it's done from my camera, You think it's really low budget, but Mike O'Mahony and his crew, they make some really good decisions in this movie. Okay? He comes up with really unique ways to kill people. He drowns a man in his own pee. And then he keeps the blood low until the end at the kids' party, which is messed up, and then gives you a whole lot of blood. There were some really good decisions in this. Even though this is messed up and sick, I'm going to give it a 3.5 and a buy it for all you sickos. If you loved Dear God No and movies like that, this is for you. This movie's fucked up, but really good for what it is. He makes some really good decisions. So I'm giving this a 3.5. See it at your own risk, and remember that I warned you, so you're not like, oh, that girl just messed it up, I was watching it with my mom, and I'm totally traumatized. No. I'm still a little damaged from watching this movie 2 weeks ago. Okay? But this was badass. I don't know what was worse, watching all the sick things he was doing, or my husband laughing hysterically at them. Okay? It was kind of messed up. But 3.5, see it at your own risk. And good for you, Michael O'Mahony. You made my list of people to watch out for. I can't wait to see what's next. That was messed up. Alright. Next, I have Killjoy. Now first, what a multi-pack, huh? I have all the Puppet Masters, 9 movies, and then I have the 3 Killjoys. So 12 movies, and I got this for $7.99. Isn't it great? Okay, but I'm reviewing Killjoy. Okay? Big City Pictures, written by rated R. Written by Carl Washington, directed by Craig Roth, starring Angel Vargas, Vera Yell, Lee Marks, and William L. Johnson. So Michael is a quiet guy who has a thing for Jada. Jada has a psychotic boyfriend, Lorenzo. Okay? And but Michael has a little bit of a secret. He's into black magic. And during a ritual, Lorenzo and his boys pull him down and hang out with him and then kill him after beating the crap out of him. A year later, we meet Jada and Lorenzo, and they're seeing different people. And Lorenzo's boys, one night after smoking a big fat blunt, they see an ice cream truck with a crazy ghetto clown in it. And he sucks them into a different dimension where he turns them into zombies and keeps them in there. But Killjoy has the killer clown inside is Killjoy. And he just can't wait to get his hands on Jada. So this is very disappointing. It was very predictable, and this movie made one of the biggest mistakes ever. Okay? You're giving us a black horror movie with a black cast, one token white guy, definitely tough with black people problems. You give us a black clown, and you made them goofy. No. You do not make a horror movie clown from the ghetto goofy. Silly, I can deal with. Goofy, no way. The makeup was cool, but he was like nerdy and goofy, and it just lost my interest, and I give this a 2, and it's very disappointing. I say too bad, because I was really looking forward to this, and it just didn't do it for me. But I will be reviewing the other 2, so I'll let you know what I think about them. Okay, there you go. One really good, one not so good. But, last but not least, ready? Killer Clowns from Outer Space! 1988, rated PG-13, MGM Midnight Movies. Written by Charles Chiodo and Stephen Chiodo. Directed by Stephen Chiodo. Starring Grant Kramer, Suzanne Snyder, and John Vernon, who is in the Police Academy movies. Okay, so Mike and Debbie are making out at the top of the world, and they see a comet go by. And when they go to find out where it landed, they find a gigantic circus tent. And when they go into the circus tent, they find that there's more than the circus came to town. They find giant cotton candy with people inside, giant cotton candy cocoons. So they leave the circus tent, and they go to the town police, and they tell them, and they do not believe them. But Debbie's ex-boyfriend, Officer Dave, goes there to find out that they were right. There are gigantic mutant clowns killing everybody, putting them in cotton candy cocoons, and shooting them with popcorn guns that turn into little mutated, snapping clown heads. It takes Mike, Debbie, the Terenzi brothers in their ice cream truck, and Officer Dave to save the world and the day from mutant giant outer space clowns. Okay, so this is freaky, fantastic, and fun. Probably one of the most fun movies I've ever seen. This is like a live-action, demented Saturday morning cartoon for weirdos. So you know, I love it. I'm going to give this a 3.5. It is a 3.5, but it gets a buy it and a bad movie gold star. Hell yeah. I love this movie. And let's say you have a weirdo teen in your life that likes bizarre movies. Watch this with them. They'll love it. I give this a 3.5 and a buy it. This is great. Really one of the most fun movies ever. I love that one. So, that's it for me tonight. What did you think about tonight's show? Or what do you think about me reviewing clown movies? If you know of any clown movies that are not horror movies, I would really like to hear about them. And then if you have some other freaky, crazy horror clown movies that you think I might not know about it, you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me. I got into this to hear about movies I don't know about just like you're watching this show to hear about movies that you don't know about. So you gotta help me out, please. So until then, watch more movies. I'm A.C.Strange, and this is the Bad Movie Show. Good night.